dropping fire. Diggs looking great. Cooper Kupp looking great. Gabe Davis looking fantastic. Entire Buffalo Bills offense looking very good, except for, spotty running back divide, which we fully expected. But Buffalo is on point. The defense is on point. We got to be worried about the Rams, even though we learned today, or we got confirmation today, that Cooper Kupp will be fine no matter what's going on as long as Stafford's in the lineup. The problem is, will Stafford stay in the lineup? If Stafford gets removed from the lineup, then Cooper Kupp's in big trouble. But if Cooper Kupp can just keep Stafford on the field, then no matter how up and down the Rams are, or if Stafford's hampered a little bit, he's still totally force feeding Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's going to be fine right now. Cam Akers, look, the writing was like the wall behind me. The writing was on the wall. And I did what I could. I sounded the alarm as loud as I could sound it, as long as I could sound it, beat a dead horse on it. It is what it is at this point. If you went ahead and drafted Cam Akers, then you made your own bed. I understand it. I've drafted players that have busted before. It's not like everyone's immune to making these kinds of mistakes, but Cam Akers looked awful. 3 carries, 0 yards. He had 0 yards. He had 0 yards. He could only have done worse by getting negative yardage. 3 carries, wasn't targeted in the receiving game. And it's definitely nail in the coffin for Akers. But you drafted Henderson everywhere. Henderson's got a good opportunity here. Kyron Williams is probably the guy you want to kind of keep an eye on from afar. You don't necessarily need to pick him up. But I just don't understand why people didn't listen on Cam. Because it's not just that he rushed back and probably put his Achilles in a vulnerable position by rushing back last season. 6 months recovered. He wanted to come back 5. Cam Akers is the most injury-prone running back probably in the NFL. And he rushed back from an Achilles tendon recovery, which takes you maybe 2 to 3 years to come back from. I just don't understand why people didn't listen. Maybe rooting for the underdog. The same people drafting Cam Akers in round 3 and 4 and just saying, you'll see, are the same people drafting Mike Thomas really high and expecting a lot. Do I own Mike Thomas in 1 or 2 leagues? I do, because he fell to my 4th wide receiver spot, and I'm like, maybe I could trade him. But Mike Thomas, Cam Akers, it's all the same. Avoid risk anytime you can. Roulette wheel, like I always say, the roulette wheel. Picture every player as a roulette wheel. How many spots on that roulette wheel are there big bust X's? And you think of a guy like Cam Akers, he's got some green check marks on that roulette wheel. The potential to maybe prove Smitty wrong and be the first person in NFL history to return or become a top 15 or top 10 running back after an Achilles tear. Maybe he defies all odds. There's maybe a couple green check marks on that roulette wheel. Kind of like putting $100 down on number 4. Not going to probably happen. And if you bet on it, you're going to be probably disappointed way, way more than not. Rockout says, hey, I played A-Rob in Singletary panic on A-Rob. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like I've said all offseason about A-Rob. I like him. I understand. Like, after watching him in that scrimmage, or was it a preseason game, or I think it was a scrimmage, where he, dominated a jump ball. It was one play. I started to get excited. I admittedly was like, oh, man, he looks pretty strong. But everybody was jumping on A-Rob. He's been missing for 2 years. I've told people to be cautiously optimistic. I like him. He's in a good spot. We know what Robert Woods did in that number 2 role. Stafford now has the elbow issue, which means that he's going to lean on Cooper Kupp, reliable. And I worry about what we're going to get out of A-Rob if Stafford goes downhill or gets worse each week or whatever. We don't even know what's going on, if the elbow really bothered him or if that was just a tough game. A-Rob is panic chamber material, but you shouldn't have put yourself, and I'm not saying this to you, Rock Out, specifically, but anybody watching, you shouldn't have put yourself in a position where you're vulnerable or you're panicking on A-Rob. Did you really draft A-Rob at such a high level that you're panicking? Because if you took him in round 4, you weren't listening to any of my content whatsoever. Not talking again to you to rock out. I'm just saying in general. If you're watching this for the first time, maybe then you know that my stance has been: look, A-Rob is a fun player to own. You do not draft him as your 4th drafted player. That's about as dumb as drafting Deontay Johnson as your 3rd or 4th drafted player, or drafting Leonard Fournette as your 2nd drafted player. There are certain players, or Akers as your 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th drafted player, like I've said all offseason. It's all about value. And 6th round isn't bad. 6th round, I don't know that I would totally panic on 6th round value. Knox, I'm not going to panic on because Knox was an 8th or 9th round pick, and tight ends that aren't to the tune of a Kelsey or a Kyle Pitts or an Andrews, they're going to be up and down significantly. Like, I'm going to have a 20-yard game, and then I'm going to have an 80 and a touchdown. Then I'm going to have a 40-yard game and get 2 catches, so I'll have 6 points, or 4 in non-PPR, and then I'm going to have another big game. Like, Knox is definitely in the bucket of tight ends that are going to be up and down. I'm not too worried about it. You got a big payday. They love him there. You're going to see defensive attention fully invested on trying to shut down Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs in week number 2. So you're going to see Dawson Knox be a touchdown threat in week 2. I really feel like Dawson Knox is going to have a big week 2. I think can I guarantee it? No, I can't. Do I close my eyes and picture a Dawson Knox 45, 50 yards and a touchdown, maybe one of those 2 touchdown games and 44 yards? I kind of do. I kind of feel like defenses will be like, how do we make them beat us another way? And Josh Allen will also beat you another way. He will beat you five different ways. You can shut down that. You can shut down this. Josh Allen will figure out a way to win the game. And he will turn to Dawson Knox. And 115 of you in here, only 22 thumbs up. Really, 20? We're like a 20%, 20%. Punch it. Your boy Smitty's out here on the streets of Phoenix, literally going live for you because I work for you. But I still would appreciate some thumbs up. Do you draft him? Go here, running back. Who are you talking about? Singletary will bust too. I wasn't high on any of the Buffalo Bill running backs. I mean, that was a Cook. I avoided James Cook. I don't think James Cook is damn near the same running back as his brother. Not even close. Like the video says, kid, thank you. Appreciate you. Smitty, ETN, or Pierce week 1. I'm going Dameon Pierce. Swift is going to eat. Yes, he will. AJ Green or Mike Davis. Ooh, bro, there's got to be a better option than that. Yeah, you can't ask me to give you one of those answers. Smitty told me to start Mike Davis. No, I didn't. Smitty told me to start AJ Green. No, I didn't. No. A-Rob, buy low. Maybe, bro. What are you getting to eat? I'm not getting anything to eat, bro. I'm out here just doing a live stream for you guys. I might run after this. What should I get? We'll do right here. What should I do with Breece Hall? You wait. I mean, Breece, like, if anybody's panicking on Breece Hall, his time's coming. Like, I don't even understand. I'm not saying you are, but I don't understand where some of this Breece Hall panic's coming from. Like, people are so impatient. We all knew Kenny Walker wouldn't get in there until week 4, week 5, week 6. We all knew that Breece Hall wasn't getting full workload in week 1. Everyone needs to relax on both of those running backs that can be league winners down the stretch. A-Rob is mashed potatoes. He's not looking good right now, but it is only 1 week. But it is very much what I feared and why I was like, why are you guys taking him in round 4? Drop Madison for Joshua Palmer. Honestly, Carlos, that could go either way. It kind of depends on injury. Like, if Cook doesn't go down and Joshua Palmer, let's say Keenan Allen goes down, I mean, it just depends on who gets hurt. They're very, there's not really an answer there. It's kind of about, like, do you need a wide receiver or do you need a running back? Even if you're not starting either one, but you need that, like, upside or somebody, if something happened, you got to go with the position of need at that point. Hey, Smitty, would you trade JT and Devonta Smith for Naji and A.J. Brown? Probably not. I don't think that's a bit. I think if you were to get Naji and AJ Brown like both for JT, I would do that. Stafford was a better running back than Cam Akers. Yeah, Cam Akers was. I mean, it was clear. Like the video, guys. Come on, says Kid. Jose Calderon, what's up, my man? I think I'm going to keep Cup. Yeah, you definitely might want to. Although, if you don't have a winning team, like here's the hard truth. This is what a casual comes in here and hears me say this, and this isn't somebody you want to listen to, a casual person that doesn't understand the context. There's context around everything. Smitty's telling me to trade Cooper Cup. Oh, what an idiot. You got to ask yourself, bro, is your team capable of winning? If it is, then you don't trade Cooper Cup. If you have a team, you look in the mirror and you're like, I can't stand what you drafted. You point at yourself every time you walk down the hallway and you look in the mirror. You drafted an awful team around Cooper Cup. Cooper Cup's disappointed in you. If you look at yourself in the mirror and that's what you're saying, then you need to trade anybody you can at any time at their peak to get two players that are of like undervalued, amazing value. So if you have Cooper Cup and your team can't win at all, don't listen to the casual or the person that just loves Cooper Cup or owns Cooper Cup and they're speaking for themselves. You don't ever trade Cooper Cup. Cooper Cup's untouchable. Cooper Cup's untouchable. I told you, Smitty. What did you tell me, Walker? Cooper Cup's untouchable. Anybody that says that blanketly and doesn't even ask what's your team look like, they have Cooper Cup. Their team's good. And of course they wouldn't trade him, and nor should they trade him. But if your team is constructed in a way that you have no shot at winning and you have Cooper Cup, you need to explore how to upgrade. Let's see here. If A-Rob doesn't step up, Cooper Cup is in trouble. Walker says that Josh Allen is MVP. Bro, everyone knows Josh Allen. Herbert, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Like, those are all, like, the lead dog candidates for MVP. So you didn't really tell me anything, Walker, but I appreciate your enthusiasm, and I think you could be right. It's going to come down. Herbert still hasn't played his game, and this is 1 week. But Josh Allen, I mean, you didn't tell me anything. I know for a fact that it's going to be either the Buffalo Bills or the Chargers versus the Bills. Maybe the Bengals are in the mix. Those are the three teams. One of those three teams, probably it's going to come down to the Bills versus the Chargers in the AFC championship game. One of those teams is going to the Super Bowl. One of those teams is delivering the NFL MVP. So we'll see what happens, Walker. But you didn't tell me 3 years ago, Walker, because I've been the highest person in the fantasy football industry on Josh Allen. Walker, you can't tell me anything about Josh Allen. I've been promoting Josh Allen since he walked in as a rookie and called him a top 1 to 5 quarterback. So you're on the wrong channel, Walker, if you think you're teaching or telling me something about Josh Allen. I'm the one who knocks, Walker. I'm the one who knocks. I'm the one that talked up Josh Allen, not you. I mean, maybe you did too, but you didn't teach me or tell me anything, bro. I've had that on my bold predictions since he walked in as a rookie. Okay, maybe I'm misinterpreting Walker. It's happened before, bro. If so, my bad. Mahomes getting MVP. Everybody's sleeping. I mean, he's an MVP candidate too. I mean, sure, Mahomes is going to be up there. Buffalo Bills looking phenomenal. Buffalo Bills are the lead dog right now. I like that Herbert's going to be kind of like, second overlooked. Herbert's going to come in, and it's going to be a Herbert versus Josh Allen show all season. Excited for the Sunday show. Not too happy with the receivers. What's up, Kayla? What's up, Ron Navy? Trade JT for ETN and Lamb. Ooh, I don't. What's the chat think of that? I think maybe ETN and Lamb for JT. If he has to trade JT, he can't win. You got to understand the context. He can't win. Bills and 49ers Super Bowl. It definitely could happen. I think the Niners are going to be very, very, very doubted and underrated. I need Lancer Cousins, Devonta Williams, Swift, AJ Brown, McLaurin, Schultz. from two flex. Got 10.4 from two flex players. I need Lance or Cousins. So go. Cousins is safer for week one, but you could go. I mean, Lance is a higher potential. I don't even know if he's got higher upside. It's kind of. I would go Cousins maybe to be safe if you need safety. As far as these others, bro, it's a little long. Ask me one question individually because I'm trying to keep up with the chat. And that's too big. If it's in a, I'm not saying it's a super. I'm saying in supers I stop, but like I'm trying to go quickly. So guys, ask short questions. Kirk or Dylan? Dylan by a mile. Bills versus the Eagles. Super Bowl. I love the Eagles. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Allen, a buy low. I don't know. I don't know if A-Rob's a buy low. I think A-Rob is a buy low in certain contexts, but A-Rob was definitely being overvalued to an extreme. Could he bounce back from it? Sure. But now you got a worry about Stafford, which gives you a double worry about A-Rob. St. Brown or Kirk this week? Come on, Angus. That's not a question. Come on, Angus. Take a lap, Angus. St. Brown season, bro. What are you doing? Stevenson or Pierce? Until Stevenson gets his kung fu grip on the lineup, it's Pierce. Pierce has got the start. He's got no competition. I don't care if it's a bad matchup. Stop worrying about matchups. Guess who had a tough matchup tonight? Josh Allen. Guess who had a tough matchup tonight against one of the best cornerbacks in the league? Stephon Diggs. Guess who had a tough matchup tonight against a really good defense? Gabe Davis. Let's stop worrying about matchups, okay? Let's stop worrying about matchups. You start your studs. If you start talking 50-50 players, yeah, we'll look at matchup. But nobody asked me, should I start Herbert or somebody based on a matchup? Should I bench Pierce based on a matchup? No, absolutely not. Okay, now when you're talking about studs, now when you're talking about potential top 10 players at their position, Dameon Pierce is top 10 to 12 running back upside. Plain and simple. Trade Devonta and Lockett for Diggs and Dylan. No. Well, maybe. I might take Dylan and yeah, I'd probably take Dylan and Diggs. If you can't win with Devonta, yeah, I'd take him. That's a tough one for me. But like Devonta and Diggs are pretty close in ADP. You're getting a Dylan. I'd prefer you get something more. Pierce is overrated, mate. We'll see. We'll see, James. We'll see, bro. Well, I mean, this is why we're here. Dawson Knox. I mean, I wouldn't freak out about him. Tight ends are gonna have up and down games, and it wasn't great. He didn't do well, but I still feel like he's gonna absolutely ball out. Thank you, Walker. Appreciate you. Lame says Njoku or Komet. Hit that thumb up button. 209 of you in here. 78 thumbs up. What? No need to name call everybody though, kid. I appreciate your enthusiasm of getting the thumbs up, but like we can do it in a positive fashion. But I appreciate you. Thoughts on ETN? I mean, I love him. Mini Christian McCaffrey, baby. Drop Cam Akers. Are we really there yet? Are we really I don't know that I cut him, but like you shouldn't have drafted him, and I told you, but cutting him for Rashad White, I don't recommend cutting him. I think you need to figure out another way to get Rashad White on your roster, but I'm playing Cousins and more so because Kittle isn't going to be play. Yeah, that might be. I mean, Cousins is a pretty safe play this week. People already overreacting to week one. It's crazy. Yeah, you can't cut Akers, but you certainly should not feel good about him. Kelsey and Hollywood for Pitts and Javonte. Oh, God, Javonte and Pitts by a mile, bro. By a mile. I'd throw in a lot more, too, to get that deal done. Thanks, man. Have a good night. Appreciate you, Lame. Are you out of here already, Lame? Don't catch many streams. Love the videos. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here. What do you think of A-Rob? 42, we've been talking about that for like 15 minutes. You got to be worried. I mean, this is why I said not to draft him in the 4th round. And people were like, he's going to be a wide receiver one. Like, he's the number 2 wide receiver on a team that he's never played on, and A-Rob was missing for 2 years. A-Rob had multiple quarterbacks to provide, thank you, Noah, an opportunity to prove he still was an elite wide receiver. I'm not saying he can't bounce back from this and do well, but he had 3 different quarterbacks rotating in and out. Mooney stepped up with multiple quarterbacks and provided good play, but A-Rob didn't. You got to ask yourself, why couldn't A-Rob do well with anybody in Chicago when Mooney did it with multiple quarterbacks? Then he comes over and he plays in this game. Who I think he's still got upside, but this is evidence that he can vanish. He's not a vital part of the game plan when push comes to shove. And if Stafford does have an injury that continues to get worse, and we don't really know why, was that a big factor tonight? We'll find out. Then we got to worry about his secondary target dropping off because he's going to feel comfortable dumping it to Cooper Kupp. Sleeper of 2022, Nico. We love Nico on the show. Parker, Davis, Green, Flex. Look, Walker. I agree on the Nico Collins. We love Nico. Just don't come in here and say I told you, Smitty, about Nico, or come in here and say you told me about Josh Allen. We agree on Nico Collins. I'm just letting you know in advance. So when you come in and wipe your feet next time, it's not like this aggressive. Let me take the mic from Smitty right now and talk about how much I love Josh Allen. That's all I'm saying, bro. I love Nico. Nico's got that upside, especially if Cooks goes down. Nico's gonna ball. Stafford kid says Nico probably didn't hit the thumb up button. I bet you Nico Walker. I bet Walker hit the thumb up button. I just got JJ Pierce and B Rob for Adams, London, and JK. Oh my God, bro, you've crushed him in that. You don't remember me? I don't, Walker. I'm sorry. I mean, did you show? You haven't been here for forever, right? I don't recognize you in here now. What do you think I'm going to remember? Somebody from a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago or something, bro? I don't remember what I had for lunch. Like, what are you talking about? Start MVS or Robert Woods. Robert Woods. No, man. Robert Woods is coming back from a torn ACL. Is he even playing? Like, I don't even know if he probably is, but I wouldn't even, there's nothing on Rob. Robert Woods is coming back from a torn ACL, bro. On a new team, learning a new offense, learning a new playbook. I'm not excited about MVS, though. I wonder if you have a better option, and trust your gut. Okay. Should I trade Hendo for a wide receiver? Yeah, but it depends on what. No way Stafford doesn't get ripped in the film study. He missed A-Rob wide open 10 times. Yes, he is. Apparently, Tannehill loves him. I know he's playing. I'm more so joking, but Woods is a tough player to start coming off an ACL tear, learning a new offense. I'm just telling you right now. Everybody's really excited about A-Rob, too. Stafford loves A-Rob. A-Rob's going to do amazing. It's different when you're in practice in shorts, and everybody, Woods is coming off an ACL tear. Woods hasn't gone out there to test his ACL or his knee like he would in a game because they wouldn't want to get him hurt. So he's going to go out there for the first time and get a whole bunch of swelling. And you're going to see guys like J.K. Dobbins if he even plays, Godwin if he even plays, and Robert Woods if he even plays. Come out of week one resting and not even practicing because of swelling. At least two of them will be having some major swelling. Dameon Pierce, Penny, A.J. Dillon start at running back 2. I start Dameon Pierce, but you're not crazy to go Dillon, but of course, those are the only options there. Woods, the clear number 1. I don't agree with that. Bit different than comparing to A-Rob. What do you mean? Woods is nowhere near ranked where A-Rob is. Like, you're coming out of A-Rob was a 4th and 5th round pick. So I don't know that you can compare Woods to A-Rob, to be honest with you. Not to mention that Burks is the number 1. So I don't know where that came from. I appreciate your opinion, but you're right. You can't compare Woods to A-Rob because they're not even close. A-Rob just busted in week 1. And you can't compare Woods to A-Rob. I could have played MVS Olave over Singletary A-Rob. Look, rock out. You didn't really make a mistake there. MVS and Olave didn't have a whole lot of more upside than Singletary and A-Rob. Nobody would have benched A-Rob for Olave or MVS, bro. Nobody. Absolutely zero. So don't even fret on that. That's not your fault. Even me, who's cautious with them, I would have started. I probably told you. You probably super chatted that. I probably told you A-Rob. Everyone would choose A-Rob over a rookie wide receiver, and there's just no question about it. 12-man. Spiffy, appreciate your super chat. A-Rod, Swift, Pollard, Deontay, Hollywood Brown, Kelsey, Brandon Cooks, Saints D, Blankenship. Pitts, Elijah Moore, Lockett, Stafford, Cousins to 100, 12-man PPR. Yeah, I mean, Swift, obviously a little weak at running back too with Pollard, but I like him. If he gets in there, you're going to be balling. I don't really like your wide receiver 1 and 2. Hollywood Brown and Deontay is very, very thin. And then Kelsey, this is the cost of drafting Kelsey early, bro. You drafted Kelsey and you got Pitts. What's going on there? I don't know, man. Is this a 2 tight end league? Because if not, you drafted, not only did you draft tight end early, which I think kills the lineup, but you drafted double tight end early. I'll have to know details on this. If it's a mandatory 2 tight end league or something, then you did well. But it's going to cause a big problem if you went double early tight end shopping when you don't even need to start 2. If it's premium tight end, that kind of changes things a little bit too. Zamir White, Rashad White, or Kenneth Walker if you had to. I mean, to pick up and hold Kenneth Walker, but obviously Walker's not going to play week 1. Rashad White and Zamir White, they're kind of a toss-up for week 1. I'd probably go with Rashad White, but anything's possible. Titans fan, Woods will be the number 1 for sure. Okay, Zach. A-Rob was my 9th round pick. I respect your take, and look, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not super hard stanced on Woods being somebody that surprises me. But, like, am I betting on it? No. Is Woods in my starting lineup? Absolutely not. Like, there's no way Woods is my wide receiver 3. I've got way better options on my team than Woods is my wide receiver 3. Would I stash Woods in hopes that I'm wrong in the right situation? Sure. I'm not, like, avoiding him at all costs or predicting a total bust, but I'm saying if you think Woods is going to come out firing off a torn ACL, learning a new playbook, new system, never testing his knee, he hasn't tested his knee. Anybody says he's tested his knee is being very hopeful and optimistic. He is not. Testing your knee is when you go out and you literally play a game and you get hit and your knee's like, holy crap, because it's not ready. His knee's not ready. I promise you, from a torn ACL victim to another, I promise you, his knee is not ready. And it won't be until next year. So how good can he be on a not ready knee? Maybe he does well. Cooper Kupp came back and had a pretty decent year 1 back from his ACL tear. It can happen for a wide receiver, but it is also harder to change teams, learn a new playbook, and do it, is what I'm telling you. Rank KJ Osborne, London, Pollard, Dillon. Dillon, Pollard, and then probably London and Osborne tied for after that. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Spiffy, I would love to know the follow-up from you, buddy boy, so I can help you a little bit better. Got to hold Akers at this point, correct? Yeah, I mean, you have to, unfortunately. No one's gonna trade for him coming off a 0-yard game, bro. Nobody. Josh Allen over running back 1 for top 3 picks in PPR thoughts. I mean, no, if you're in a 1 QB league, you can't take Josh Allen in the first round, bro. It's not. It doesn't make sense. And it's not that you're wrong in theory, player for player, but what it does to. Walker, I'm the biggest early quarterback advocate in the fantasy football industry. Okay? The biggest early quarterback advocate. You told me not to draft A-Rob. Now I can't sleep. What do I do with A-Rob? Mark. Mark. I'm sorry, Mark. I blame it on myself. I should have been more stern with you. I shouldn't have been like, well, if I wouldn't do it, but if you want to, go ahead and. We were on a draft call, Mark and I told him not to draft A-Rob. But, you got to go with your gut, Mark, because if A-Rob tore it up, you'd have been like, Smitty told me not to draft A-Rob. I'm glad you went with your gut because, it's what you felt, and there's nothing wrong with that. I forget what I was even talking about, but I did see that, and I wanted to comment. Thank you, Walker. I appreciate you. Waddle or Pierce? Give me Pierce. Waddle's been banged up, bro. Cooper, Carter, Dylan, Myers, or Gage at flex? Dylan, bro. Very easy call for me. Brad says Dylan, Pollard, Osborne, London. Okay, I agree. I can get behind that. Did Smitty already talk about James Cook? No, I haven't yet, Vamp. But there's not much to talk about. We can do it real quick. He fumbled, didn't look good. I don't think the job's his anytime soon, and that's almost the end of the story. Is Cam Akers a buy low in Dynasty? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I wouldn't go near Cam Akers. Smitty tried to tell you all about Akers. Thank you, TM. I appreciate that. Hey, Vamp. Um, should I trade a kicker for Akers? Depends. Is it Tucker? Who are you going to get? Smitty, I understand taking Pierce later rounds and stashing him. I did the same, but why are we betting on the Texans running back so early? Why are we not betting on the Texans? I wish I could have the phone lines open to talk to you, Trey, not to grill you, or I just want to know your reasoning. And it's kind of hard to have a conversation because the chats come in here and I can't really focus on finding your reply. But why are we not focusing? What makes anybody think that the Texans can't turn things around? This is the same mentality people had about the Bengals the year prior. Okay. I said the Bengals would win the division. Do you know how many people came at me and said, wait a minute, the Bengals? The Bengals are the Bengals. The Texans are not the Texans, bro. They don't have the same coaching staff. They don't have the same GM. They're turning things around. They took that Watson situation and turned it into one of the best trades in the history of the NFL. They got out of that Watson situation that the previous GM and coach made a big mess about, bro, and the owner. And this GM and coach came in and cleaned things up. Davis Mills is going to surprise. Nico's better than people think. Brandon Cooks is undervalued, and even I overlook him year after year after year. And Dameon Pierce is a top 12 running back in the making. They can beat a team on any given Sunday. And maybe they won't make the playoffs, bro. Maybe the Texans won't make the playoffs. I'm not saying that they will. But they can beat any team at any moment on any given Sunday, Monday, or occasional Thursday. And just because they lose the game, just because they don't have more than 8 wins or something like that, doesn't mean they aren't going to be dangerous and capable. And I think people that like to act like the Texans, and this isn't angled at you, but people that come in and say the Texans are the Texans, garbage, that teams can't turn it around, that's the same mentality that let people hold in the bag on other players instead of trading for or drafting or acquiring Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and getting in on that. So believe me when I say that I have full confidence. When I tell you Pierce is going to be a baller, it's that I believe in him and the Texans surprising. It's not just me liking a guy in a bad offense. Not to mention, even if they lose and he's still active in the passing game. He's very vital to what they have going on. I love what they're doing in Houston. I don't agree with anybody that says the Texans or the Texans or the Texans can't win games this year. I think the Texans could surprise everybody. I think the Lions are going to surprise everybody. I think the Texans are going to surprise everybody. And Davis Mills is a darn good quarterback that makes a fantastic quarterback too in a 2 QB or super flex league. People sleeping on Davis Mills, bro. Kirk or Rodgers week 1. I probably go Rodgers, but Christian Kirk is very intriguing. Ron Navy will tell you go Christian Kirk, and I don't disagree that it's like almost 50-50. Appreciate you, Vamp, about the Cook. You heard me talk about Cook. Do I trade Tyreek for Pollard plus Godwin? No. No. Oh, my God. This would be – can I just – look, this is tough love. I appreciate your super chat. Let me see if I can pronounce your name properly. Faratovic? Is that right? Faratovic. This is tough love. I appreciate you. You super chatted me. So the last thing in the world I want to do is offend you, but I want to emphasize the point properly so that you really get a feel for my take. You know what I'm saying? So this is not like blasting you. This is almost this trade right here, Pollard and Godwin for Tyreek would be almost as bad as drafting Akers after I just said don't draft Akers. Godwin isn't ready, bro. Godwin's coming back from a torn ACL. Godwin might not be ready or healthy all year long, even if he comes back. He's also one of the most injury-prone players in the NFL. There's no way I recommend anybody go acquire Godwin, let alone give up Tyreek Hill in this deal. No way, bro. No way. So that's just my way of emphasizing. I don't mean that in a negative. I'm just trying to give you my honest opinion and how passionately I feel against that. Godwin, no way, bro. I wouldn't take 4 Godwins and Pollard. And I love Pollard, but Pollard's not the starter right now. You can't acquire him as if he is. You know what I mean? Who do I trade Mike Thomas for? 12-team PPR. ETN, Brees Hall, A.J. Brown. You have to give up more to get A.J. Brown. But these are the guys that are attainable if you throw in another piece. You got a Bateman on the bench, throw Bateman in and get A.J. Brown. You know, ETN's attainable for Mike Thomas in some cases. You know, God, you could have drafted Burrow over Mike Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Okay, I got some super chats I got to get to here. Can Buffalo support 3 wide receivers? I wouldn't say that in a context of like McKenzie being consistent. You're not fantasy savvy. Don't worry. Feratovic, I'm here for you, bro. I'm here for you, and I wanted you to hear it from me in a way that you didn't like think, oh, he's kind of on the fence. And I appreciate your super chat, and I hope you continue to throw them my way, and you're going to get nothing but honesty from me. And Feratovic, go to thefantasyfootballshow.com and order my one-on-one text advice, bro. Okay, because that way you and I can do this on a daily basis on text if you need more in-depth assistance. Everybody should wait for the first week to play out before panicking, or wait 2 weeks. Get an idea of how these teams are playing first. That's no truer, excluding Cam Akers, no truer words have been spoken. So I love it. That's great advice from Ron Navy. Definitely don't freak out. But we have Panic Chamber for a reason, and we have buy low and sell high for a reason. So Panic Chamber comes out. You can see at the top banner of my YouTube. Everybody look at the top banner of the YouTube page right now. There's 303 of you in here, only 124 likes. Please hit that thumb up button. Everybody looks at the top banner of my YouTube page. You have the schedule. That schedule does not necessarily include the Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern show. So you can tell I'm going to be a busy boy in this season. We're bringing content like nobody else. We got Panic Chamber. I believe it's going to be on Tuesdays. We have buy low, sell high on Wednesdays. We'll probably do question and answer speed round on Thursdays. We'll do fantasy football court on Fridays. I might change it around a little bit, but get ready for it. It's going to be an amazing year. I know I have some super chats I got to catch up on. Go Buck says 10 super flex. Lance, Hurts, Mills, good quarterbacks. Pittman, Davis, Mike Williams. Or Mike Williams, Davis, Andrews, Knox, Swift, Devonta, Hunt. Oh, good team. Akers, get rid of Akers. Dylan, Dots, Akers was a keeper from. I had no chance, no choice. Okay, you did have a choice, but you could have traded him. But that's okay, bro. Your team's fire. Your team's fire. I don't think you even need to do anything. Would I upgrade Mike Williams? Would I trade Akers and Mike Williams for a tiny bit better wide receiver? Maybe somebody would even downgrade the wide receiver if you gave Akers. They might say, no, I don't want Akers at all. Would I look for something like that? Dylan and Mike Williams for one better wide receiver, an elite wide receiver? I would look to explore that. But past that, you got a really good team in a superflex. Don't fret at all. You're going to be fine. That's an amazing team in a superflex, bro. Absolutely phenomenal. Thank you, Ron Navy, for the super chat. Looking for who do I trade Mike Thomas for again? Gabe Davis would have been perfect, but that ship has sailed. St. Brown, before St. Brown goes off. ETN, Brees Hall. Those are just a few players I go get before the values change, bro. Just like now, you can't get Gabe Davis if you handed someone a pot of gold. Kirk or Rogers, week 1. Already got to that one. I appreciate all the super chats. Vamp, I think I'm caught up on the super chats. Thank you guys for the super chats. Let me scroll down to the bottom. Akers going to be tough sell. He is going to be a tough sell. I don't think you can sell him. Bro, you pronounced my name well. Thank you, Feratovic. I appreciate you, my man. And if again, go to thefantasyfootballshow.com. No pressure, no obligation, but I provide one-on-one text advice. I provide content and all that. And you can get on the on-demand text service where you just text me, bro. It's in a phone. I bought a separate phone that I carry around with me. I got 2 phones on me. It's my work phone, and I literally answer one-on-one text advice throughout the day. And so if you really are novice or you just started fantasy, it'd be a good thing to run things by me before it's too late and you make a trade. Zeke and Pierce as a 1 and 2 depends on the supporting cast, but I don't love the idea of Zeke as your running back 1. Pierce feels like your running back 1, but maybe you trade Zeke before things look bad, or maybe like Ron Navy said, you let him run out there and look good for a couple weeks because he has the capability of doing that, and then you sell him. Vamp with the super chat. I want to get rid of Eli Mitchell and Waddle. Should I move them for Swift straight up? Eli Mitchell and Waddle for Swift. If you pull that off, bro, I will, I don't know. I'll scream something right now for you. But that's unbelievable. You got to be honest if you're able to punch that trigger and pull it. Smitty, thank you for all you do, man. I appreciate you, Go Buck. I appreciate you. Any $10 haulers gets a live mashed potato out here in the courtyard. Admittedly, there's nobody around. There's a couple people down there talking. I think they had dinner or something, but a $10 hauler or more, I stand up on top of this cement block, and I will stand up on top of it, and I will yell mashed potatoes because we're not in the studio, and I can't do the standing O, but I will take care of you, anybody dropping those $10 haulers. Van Jefferson makes it hard for A-Rob when he comes back. I mean, dude, anything's going to make it harder, especially if you have a limited quarterback in Stafford, which we don't know if he struggled because things are getting bad with the elbow or if this was a bad game for him. You know what I mean? So we have a lot of assumptions being made. Like Ron Navy said, almost have to be a little careful. Smitty, my league is not 2 tight ends. I drafted Pitts at the end of 3.12 because of how much he dropped. I saw him as the best possible. Okay, Spiffy, thank you for clarifying, but I think you put yourself in a hole. It's okay. You could probably get out of it. Tight ends are pretty easy to trade like that. But when you draft a tight end early, it puts you, behind the 8 ball, and then you drafted another one. So it's like that's why your team seems very weak all around. But we can fix that through trades, bro. We can fix it. Kayla, mashed potatoes. I'm going to get the security guard. Kick me out of here. Kayla, appreciate you. Buffalo can play defense and still good at football. Buffalo can play defense and still good at football. Yes, they can, Scott. They're great. So I'm sorry. I was botching reading that because it was scrolling. Hey, should I trade Chase Edmonds? Yes. The answer is yes before I even finish reading it. And Deontay Johnson for Keenan Allen. Probably. I'd rather you go after a bit different wide receiver, though. I like Keenan Allen a lot, but got to be louder than Smitty. Haha. Smitty, you said you would take us to ASU Stadium. Rock out, I will. I promise. I promise. Thank you, Spiffy. Appreciate you. Let's fix your team. Like, you got two weapons to trade. You know what you do, Spiffy? This is going to sound dangerous. You're going to be flying close to the sun. Are you with me? Go to the Dawson Knox owner. He's panicking like crazy. I'm not saying Dawson Knox is the safest tight end in the world after a dud game, but like Ron Navy said, you got to wait it out. You can't overreact. Dawson Knox is a vital part of that offense, and I believe firmly that in week 2, in week 3, defenses will be like, we have to shut down Diggs and Gabe Davis. We have to, or we're going to lose. So therefore, Knox is. I could see it now. Spiffy. Knox is going to go out there and pull in a touchdown in 60 yards or something like that next week. Maybe a 2 touchdowns and 44-yard game, and go look to trade one of your tight ends for Dawson Knox and a huge wide receiver or running back, either upgrade or just additional player. And I'm not talking about Zeke Elliott. I'm not talking about anybody like that. I'm talking about going and getting a baller, trading your top tight end. I forget you have Pitts and Kelsey. You're trading your top tight end for Devonta, trading the other one for Swift or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Smitty, how tall are you? 6'2". I'm 6'2 and a quarter. Although over the years, maybe I slouch a little too much. Maybe I'm 6'2" even now. I don't know. Maybe if I stretch my neck out a little bit, I can get back to 6'2 and a quarter. Pittman, Hollywood, or DJ Moore? Pittman, and I'm cautious about Pittman. Not to a huge degree, but just I see people draft Pittman at the end of round 2. And best ball promo code Smitty on Underdog Fantasy. Link in description. Promo code Smitty. Link in description. Start playing best ball week 1. Go draft a Sunday only team. You're depressed about A-Rob, Mark Cleveland. You're depressed about Cam Akers, Bob out there. You can go to Underdog Fantasy, link in description, promo code Smitty. They'll match up to $100 in your first deposit, and you can just create a new team, a brand new team for Sunday's games, and they'll match up to $100. So go do it. Go do it live. I forget what the question was. There I go, sidetracking myself. 293 people in, 147 thumbs up ain't bad. I'm actually happy and thankful of that. Thank you. Start Penny or Josh Jacobs. God, Penny. I'm not a Josh Jacobs supporter, bro. I don't love Penny long term, though. A-Rob, bro, what do we do? Mookie, I hope you didn't spend a 4th rounder on him, bro. I hope you listened to your boy. But if you did, I don't think you're getting rid of him. No one's going to trade for him. You just got to hold on to him and hope he returns his value, or at least the best value he can. Not Bob, me, Ben. I have 1 acres in 1 of 10 leagues. Well, that's not too bad. I got him in 0, but that's a pretty good number. I like 9 out of 10. What's up, Dr. Love? Appreciate you. Peter, thanks. Great show. Thank you. Smash the thumbs up. Thank you. Appreciate that, Niner gang. Kittle, Niner gang. I don't know what to do about Kittle. Kittle is just a disappointment right now in fantasy. Smitty, I need Kenny Walker to hit so bad. Just have patience with him. Don't come at me in week 1 or week 2 and be like, what's happening? Like, we know what time it is with Kenneth Walker. It's a slow process for him, okay? Smash the like button. Thank you, JT and Schultz, for Swift and Kelsey. I take Swift and Kelsey in... I think I take Swift and Kelsey. I do worry about Kelsey, though. But maybe you could even flip Kelsey for a lot more. I don't know. Smitty, I need Kenny Walker to break out. Okay, Kenny, appreciate that. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, so I apologize if I'm missing anybody, but it's going fast. Would you trade Deebo Samuel for Jamar Chase? Absolutely. I mean, Jamar Chase is arguably my 1 or 2 overall wide receiver. I got Cooper. I mean, Cooper Kupp had such a good night tonight, you could easily say. Redraft, all 3 are tied. All 3 are tied. JJ, Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase. They're going to rotate. Jacob, 0 shares of A-Rob and JK and Akers. Nice work. I mean, those are my avoid. I mean, A-Rob wasn't my avoid. I'll admittedly started to feel better about him. Okay. JK and Akers, total avoids. Like, I don't even draft him. Period. No matter what. I just don't draft him. But A-Rob, I was open-minded about, like, where he'd fall. But you guys were all taking him, like, the 4th. Not you, all of you, but a lot of people are taking him in the 4th round. It's like, what are you doing? He's the number 2 wide receiver on a team where he hasn't proved it or learned the offense fully, and he vanished for like 2 years, you know? Love Davis Mills and Brandon Cooks as a Pats fan. Just think their O-line is scary. Well, let them prove it, bro. And on top of that, like there's a lot of teams that have sketchy O-lines. The Niners have a sketchy O-line. The Steelers have a sketchy O-line. The Bengals had a sketchy O-line as much as the Texans, and then Bengals ended up in the Super Bowl. Like, there's still ways to, when your offense is potent, to keep defenses a little more honest than you would think coming into a season like this one, where you don't know what's going on. You don't know how they're building. They're looking good. C-Mac, the team that has Knox, has C-Mac, Debo, Keenan Allen, and Breece Hall. So Knox and Debo, yeah, he's probably not going to give you a C-Mac for a tight end. Debo and Breece Hall for one of your tight ends. I do that. And then you start to rebuild, bro. Try and keep Kyle Pitts, though. And I would do that. You'd have Breece Hall. You'd have Debo. I think I'd probably do that. Yeah. Someone took Akers in the 2nd round in my league. Rock out. They should take a lap. A big, big lap, bro. I feel embarrassed. You know when someone does something and you're embarrassed? Like, you telling me that, I just got embarrassed, bro. I'm a little embarrassed myself. I don't know why I feel that way, but you just... Thoughts on Antonio Gibson in full PPR? Upside. Depends on where you got him. He's either a value or a disappointment. Zach Ertz or Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox, go forward. I understand week 1's crappy. Ertz might outscore him. Who knows? But Ertz is older. Probably not playing a full season. I'm in Arizona, and I'm telling you, Ertz is a tall order to expect Ertz to play a full season. There was like 2 years ago we thought maybe he'd retire, in fantasy football. And he didn't, and he kept playing, and now he's going to do another season. I don't know. I like him, but per start, I don't know that he's going to last. It's Naji, Barkley, Jamar, Kyler Pitts, and Rashad Penny is setting a good team. Naji, Barkley, Jamar, Kyle Pitts. Yeah, really good team. I'm not a big Barkley fan, but Sutton's good. Pitts is good. Barkley's definitely out to prove himself. It's whether he stays healthy or not. I think his enthusiasm, his drive is unmatched. But the guy goes 1,000 miles per hour, and it's not always a good thing when you're, made of glass is what a lot of us like to call him. Lance or Hurts week 1. Look, as much as I love Trey Lance, as much as I believe he could be the next huge breakout quarterback, Hurts is already that guy. So Hurts should be started. Like, I don't ever want to hear, should I bench Hurts unless it's Mahomes, Burrow, Josh Allen, or Herbert. I don't think, even if it's Kyler, even if it's Lamar, I don't want to hear another should I bench Jalen Hurts question all year. He's a must start. A must start. Jalen Hurts every time. Every time. He's a top 5 quarterback play weekly. That means there are 4 quarterbacks above him, and that's it. I don't care if you have Lamar. I don't care if you have Kyler. I don't care if you have Matt Stafford. I'm joking there. I'm joking. Maybe we get back to Matt Stafford being a legitimate name to throw out on that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be anytime soon. Matt Stafford looked very, very bad in this game. Your team is Lamar, McCaffrey, Harris, Evans, Lamb, Andrews, and Swift or Devonta. My team is Lamar, McCaffrey, Harris, Swift or Devonta. I don't know what you're asking here, but I like Devonta over Swift at the end of the day. But right now, Swift's got a little more value. ETN or St. Brown at the flex. I mean, St. Brown's a little safer in PPR, but I do love ETN, and I want you starting both of them. Knox, I know Walter. It's okay, though. Spiffy Ship says I'd do that. Or Brad Dollar says I'd do that. Appreciate you, Brad. Brad's a YouTube exclusive member. Walter's a YouTube exclusive member. Vamp is any YouTube exclusive member I'm going to call out. I appreciate you. If you guys want to become a YouTube exclusive member and get that green name and all the emoji access, can I get you guys to drop some of the YouTube exclusive emojis? The Smitty approved, the Brees Hall, the Moon Men, all that. Drop them. Roger, 3 months member of the YouTube exclusive membership, says Sewell over Chase. How does that look now? Yeah. I had Hugh Jackson, former coach of the Cleveland Browns, come on and blast me on my own show right before the NFL draft when we were talking about who the Bengals should take. And I said that they would take Jamar Chase and they will win the division. And Hugh Jackson tore me apart, said I was wrong, said how it takes more than that. They got problems on the offensive line. This isn't that they need, Sewell. He's not necessarily saying Sewell's the wrong answer, but basically telling me, saying I'm wrong. Maybe we'll have him back on to discuss, but your boy Smitty nailed that one pretty good. Kyler, McCaffrey, ETN, Zeke, Sanders, Dobbins. I hate Sanders and Dobbins on any roster, and Zeke Elliott's a big avoid for me. So Martin, I hate to give you the bad news there. McCaffrey on top of that, there's a lot of risk there. ETN, McCaffrey, and Kyler in theory are pretty darn good though, like in general, but I don't like the Zeke, Sanders, or Dobbins. Those are 3 of my biggest avoid running backs in fantasy football 2022. How do you become a member? You click on the link in the description that says YouTube exclusive membership. There's the $9.99 a month, and you can cancel anytime. So if you just want to do it 1 month for $9.99, you get access to the 2 Zoom calls every single Sunday. So if you do it for 1 month for $9.99, you're going to get 2, 4, 6, 8. You're going to get 8 Zoom calls. Every halftime of the morning games, we go live on Zoom. You can mute your mic. You can turn off your camera. You can just listen like it's a podcast. Just watch, listen, and watch with your mic off and your camera off, or you can participate. But at halftime of the morning games at halftime, as soon as the first game of the morning games goes halftime, we jump on Zoom. We start talking about what we're seeing. Think tank, okay? 30 minutes to 40-minute show on Zoom, just private. Then at halftime of the Sunday evening game, we jump on a Zoom call, talk about ad drops, all that. So that's how you get in there. That's the $9.99, the $1.99, the $1.99 gets you the emojis. And so I think what we're going to do is Sunday morning, I'll be live on Instagram the first 30 minutes of the last hour leading into kickoff. So that will be 12 o'clock noon Eastern. Until 12:30, I'll be live on Instagram. Then immediately, for the last 25 to 30 minutes before kickoff, I'm jumping on YouTube and turning on the exclusive chat mode only and answering only the people with the green names, the $1.99 or the $9.99 subscribers can only ask a question in that chat. It's only a 30-minute chat window of time. It's not like I'm locking my channel down on any other shows. But I want to give my YouTube exclusive members a really good window of time and opportunity to get literally every question they have answered, because it will be a lot harder. It'll be slower, a slowed down chat. It's only 30 minutes. I don't think it's going to affect anybody. They can still watch. Everybody can still watch it, but it will be a YouTube exclusive member access chat only. Everybody can watch it. So yeah, Walter Gummy's a YouTube exclusive member, Jimmy Robinson. So that last half hour, I'm all yours, and everybody can watch. But that didn't sound good. Whatever, you know, we're just getting to know each other here. It's literally me and the YouTube exclusive group, and you can, you know what I mean. Look, we're family. We're all family here. Rock out a member, Walter Gummy. Can we get a Smitty approval on the verbiage being used right now? It's late. They call these late night streams for a reason. Okay. How do you get in? You go to the link in the description that says YouTube exclusive membership, and then you pick which plan you want. All right. So hit me with the questions. Let's get back to business here. Brees or Pollard at the flex? I'll tell you what. Let's do speed round. Okay. Fast question and answer only. If you write even like 3 lines, I'm skipping it. Okay. Speed round. As fast as you can shoot them at me. Let's go. Speed round. 1 sentence questions. Okay. I don't want big ones. Let's go. Lance or Burrow this week? Give me Burrow all day. Kyler Murray, Travis Kelce for Justin Jefferson on Kirk Cousins. Give me Jefferson and Cousins, I guess, but that's arguable depending on your situation. Pierce or Mooney at the flex. Give me Pierce. Hollywood or Dillon? Give me Dillon as a safety. Trey, that's way too long. I like to watch, but I'd rather participate in becoming a member. Okay, Roger, appreciate you. This is getting weird. Smitty made it weird. Thoughts on Allen Robinson following game? I don't know, bro. I'm staying away. Drop James Cook for Algier. Probably. DJ Moore, Hollywood Brown. Probably Hollywood Brown at the flex. Brees Hall, Pollard. Probably Brees Hall, but it's very, very tough at this point. MT Kirk. Give me MT, I suppose, if all looks well. If he's not going to play, though, then obviously Kirk Cousins. But only if MT's looking great. Albert O. Irv Smith. Give me Albert O. Start 2. Mooney, Cooper, Woods. Give me Cooper and Mooney. Cooks and Waddle, give me Cooks unless we hear Waddle's 100%. Kelce and Cooks for Devonta. I take Devonta. Bigger potential, Malik Willis or Lance. Honestly, it's Lance, but Malik Willis is going to turn some heads, and it could be closer than people think because of his rushing potential in fantasy. In football, no, but in fantasy, I think Malik Willis could play with him. I think Malik Willis wins leagues. If Malik Willis is picked up in redraft leagues and put on your bench, and you have an injury, he could come in and be an amazing replacement for you. But Malik Willis absolutely wins leagues in Superflex if you can pick him up now. Penny or Pierce running back 2, give me Pierce all day long. Hines is a flex or Nico. Give me Nico. Miko Hardman or Olave. Give me Olave, but that one's really, really tough. I'm scrolling to the bottom, so ask again. Renfro or Judy? Give me Judy. Higgins or A.J. Brown? A.J. Brown, I think. That's actually tough. A.J. Brown. I was answering it like it wasn't tough. Allen Robinson gets a score, a grade of an F. Yes. Damian Harris or MT? Probably MT if he's really good to go, and I don't know that he will be. So you got to stay on that. Pollard or Mooney? Or no, Pollard or Mooney, give me, or Penny or Mooney. Give me Mooney. Pollard or Penny, give me Pollard rest of season. Brees or Akers. Funny. Chubb or Barkley. I mean, Barkley, or no, I'm going to go Chubb. Let's see. Popo coming? No, that was the ambulance. Let's see. Ayuk or Brees Hall. Give me Brees Hall. London Burks, Tony Moore. I guess Burks. Hunter Patterson. Probably Hunt right now. Do I click the dollar to get in the group? No, that's the super chat. You're going to go to the description of the video. Close out the live chat. Go to the description of the video. And you'll see YouTube exclusive membership option. You're going to click join. Pierce or actually you could go to thefantasyfootballshow.com and there's a YouTube membership at the header of my site, a little YouTube membership button. So go to thefantasyfootballshow.com, click that YouTube membership button, and it'll toss you right over to where you got to pay to do that. And it's all on YouTube, cancel anytime, all secure and safe through YouTube, the YouTube membership program. It's not even, I don't even transact anything. It's all through YouTube. Chubb or Pierce? Give me Pierce. Give me Pierce. I don't care about the matchup. Let's see here. Knox or Njoku. I mean, obviously going forward, I'm going to say Knox this week is a tough sledding for Knox, man. Goddard or Komet? Goddard. ETN or Pierce? Pierce this week. Wing bones in or out. There's no such thing as a bone out on a wing. That's called a chicken nugget or a tender. And I'd rather have chicken wings, hot wings, than have a chicken nugget. DK or Pierce? Give me DK. Pat, Fryermuth, or Njoku? Give me the Muth. DJ Moore or Waddle? Give me DJ Moore until we know Waddle is healthy. Josh Jacobs or Elijah Moore? Give me Elijah Moore right now, bro. Smitty pick 2. Mitchell, Mooney, Bateman. Give me Mitchell and Mooney. Oh, no, Pierce. Pierce and Eli Mitchell or Pierce and Mooney. All right, I'm going to scroll to the bottom. I'm sorry if I missed you, but ask again. Waller, tight end 1 this year with Josh McDaniels. I don't know about tight end 1, but I think he's going to have a good year. Hollywood or Bateman. Give me Hollywood, Justin Jefferson, or McCaffrey and DK. Give me McCaffrey and DK. Pick 2, Swift, Connor, Devonta Williams, or Harris. Don't ever ask me about starting Swift or Devonta Williams ever again, Fabian. Swift and Devonta every single time. I don't ever want to see that question again. That question just hits me the wrong way, bro. Smitty, how would you deal with drafting Akers? I don't know what that feels like, bro. But I would say, like, you got to hold. No one's gonna take him. The only thing you could do is do a 2-for-1. Try and trade Akers and somebody to very slightly upgrade somebody. You're gonna barely upgrade them, but that's the only way to get anything out of them, bro. You're gonna squeeze as much out of that as you can. Your short YouTube videos are awesome. Thank you, Lonnie. I'm gonna continue to do them. Half PPR, Deontay or Cooks? Probably Cooks for right now. And Njoku or Tunyon. Tunyon's not even healthy, so no Tunyon yet. Flex Drake, London, or Brees. London's hurt. Give me Pierce over both of them, though. Does Sutton have a monstrous year? He could, yeah. I like Sutton a lot. I like Sutton and Judy. I don't know which one. I kind of feel Sutton lately, but I go back and forth, to be honest with you. Damian Harris or Bateman. Give me Damian Pierce. If that's Damian Harris, because you're spelling Damian like the Damian Pierce. Damian Harris is spelled different, so I was assuming you meant Pierce, Harris, and Bateman. But if you're talking about Bateman or Damian Harris, I would say probably Bateman, but I don't like either one this week. ETN or DK, I'm gonna say ETN, but I like both of them. Russ will cook on Monday, says rock out. I agree. Pierce, I love Pierce. Cooper, he's over anybody even remotely close to him that people are ranking. I want Pierce. Ayuk, Tolbert, Burks. Give me Ayuk for upside. Bateman or Pollard. Give me Pollard, but it's kind of a toss up. Like that one, I'm not like ultra confident in. I'm just giving you my knee jerk reaction to it. Frank Gore. I think Frank Gore did it right. What are you talking about? Henderson, running back 1 now. Smitty. Not a running back 1, Mookie. You have Henderson, and you're just trying to will that to happen. He's not a running back 1, but he's certainly like in a driver's seat for like a flex role. But he's not a running back 1. Blue cheese or ranch? Blue cheese is awful. Smitty, I got offered Dalvin Cook and Henderson for my CMC, and I have Akers. Dalvin Cook and Henderson for your CMC. I mean, look, Cook and CMC are actually really close to me. I'd probably rather have CMC, but like he's already hurt now. It's small. It's a shin issue, but it's just like I don't know. I'm just worried about him. But I'm worried about Cook with his shoulder. Absolutely about the same. Naji, I don't like either one of them. I'd rather have Devonta or Swift or Naji. Naji and Juju. Thank you, Eastbrook. Naji and Juju for Swift and Hollywood. Give me Swift and Hollywood. Yeah. Even in non-PPR. Who is the one to own in Green Bay after Lazard? I would say it would be Dobbs. A DK or St. Brown? Give me St. Brown. Eyebrows or chest hair? I don't know, Trey. Start Juju or Brees Hall. Brees Hall for me, but I can understand going Juju. Ranch over blue cheese. Yet hot dogs or hamburgers. I like both, man. Depends who's making them. It depends which one has a bunch of nacho cheese on it. Like, or I'd say like a bunch of cheddar cheese on a hamburger, a lot of cheese, or nacho cheese on the hot dog. Jaws or Rambo 2. Give me Rambo 2. Pick one, MT, Boyd, or Gage. Probably MT as long as he's healthy. Brees Hall, good start week 1. Tough to say. He's got to break one off because he's probably only going to get like half the work. Smitty, can you be my wingman? No, I can't, Matt. Smitty wouldn't allow that. Hollywood Brown, Gibson, or Melvin Gordon. Hollywood Brown, Gibson, or Melvin Gordon. Probably Hollywood Brown for right now. Swift or CMC? Give me Swift. But you could get more. You know, if you were trading like CMC, you could get more. Can Hendy be what Lenny was last season? He could. Rate steak or runny eggs? Rare steak or runny eggs? I mean, like medium rare, bro. Thoughts on Dylan this week? In week 1, I like him. I think he's a good running back too. Pierce is an amazing running back too in week 1. So give me Pierce there. ETN, Mitchell, half PPR. Give me ETN. Terminator 2 or Die Hard 2? Die Hard 2, but I love both. Trey Burks over Drake London? Yeah, probably. Bateman, Marquise Brown, Dylan, pick 2. Dylan and Hollywood Brown, easy. Mooney, Devonta Smith, or Gibson. Give me Mooney and Devonta Smith in week 1 at least, so we know what's what. Should I upgrade QB Russell Wilson? Not necessarily, but it depends on the context. But he's fine. He's like a top 6 quarterback. Clyde or Ramondre? Give me Ramondre, but I love both of them, even though Clyde's got a lot more risk. But you wait and see. That's why I go Ramondre. Devonta Smith or Bateman? Devonta Smith. Is Dobbs the guy? Probably, because Lazard might not play. Let's go. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. Sorry. Christian Watson's stashed on my bench. Hope he's the guy. I don't know if he's going to be the guy right now, Trey. I'm not feeling it. Komet or Fryermuth? Give me Fryermuth all year long. Edmonds or Lazard? Chase Edmonds, and then I trade him. But Lazard's not even playing, bro. So, like, that's easy. Chase Edmonds or Kirk or Ayuk? Give me Ayuk. Thoughts on Pollard versus Tampa Bay? I mean, I like Pollard a lot. He's going to catch passes, so I think he's a really good flex play. Really good. Sanders or Eli Mitchell? Not even close. Sanders is not the guy, okay? He even said don't draft him. So, no. Javonte Williams or Fournette? Come on, Ray. Ask her a serious question. Javonte Williams over Fournette. Fournette's like a 4th or 5th rounder to me, bro. Okay? But you have Javonte. Congratulations, and you should feel like you conquered the world already. So nice work. Edmonds, touch on trade Edmonds thought. I don't know. I mean, Edmonds, I'm trading for like DK straight up. No question. St. Brown straight up. Brees Hall straight up. Like adding more to Edmonds to get a Tyreek Hill or a Debo or a AJ Brown. It's just like Edmonds is fool's gold. How long's Edmonds going to be the guy? He's very injury prone. I'm from Arizona. I know all about Edmonds. He's not going to stay healthy, and there's 75 running backs on that roster. Like, why not cash in on Edmonds? Cashing on Edmonds is the best thing you could possibly do. He's such high value right now. People are like every show I do, and it's like talk about Edmonds. About 5 minutes later, somebody's behind watching the live or something, and I always, without fail, see somebody that says Edmonds is nice. Like somebody's out there to take Edmonds from you. You can sell Edmonds high. Should I trade Rashad Bateman? Yes. Sell him high. Ramondre or Dylan? Dylan for now, but I love both of them. Mike Davis or Kareem Hunt? Kareem Hunt until we know what's what. That's a timeshare and a running back by committee where the top running back is the quarterback. Vulturing touchdowns. Like, why are we into the Ravens running back room? We're not. The answer is we're not. I told you not to go near J.K. Dobbins. He looks like a disaster right now. Told you not to go near Akers. He looks like a disaster. Your boy Smitty knows what injuries to avoid and what injuries not to avoid. Sometimes I will be wrong, but I'm going to be right more times than I'm wrong, and therefore we're going to dodge more bullets than bullets hit us, okay? Post-wars from Phoenix too, awesome. Phoenix is hot right now, but it's going to get cool next month. Tampa Bay or the Bengals? Give me the Bengals, bro. Someone dropped Kittle in my league. Should I pick him up? Absolutely. For Goodwin. Who's Goodwin, bro? You mean Godwin? Ramondre or Dylan? Dylan for now. Me, TD, get Davis Mills. Get Davis Mills. Whoever's got to get Davis Mills to be sitting there. Damian Pierce, DK Metcalf for flex. Give me Damian right now. Uh, move Lenny or wait a few weeks. I'd move him now. Godwin or London. Neither's playing. Like, or maybe neither play. So, like, what are we doing here? DK, Pollard, Pierce at flex. For me, it's Damian Pierce, bro. But, like, could DK outscore him? Sure. Thank you, Payne. Josh Jacobs, what about him? Avoid him? Sure. Zamir White season? Yeah, it's on its way. Get ready. Get ready. 284 of you in here. Punch that thumb up button if you could. Help your boy Smitty. Shaq or Kobe? Kobe. Pittman or Higgins? Give me Pittman, but they're very close. What has happened to Cam Akers? Um, nothing. It's the same as what I told you what happened, Ray. It's just, exactly what I mapped out is exactly what happened. So the blueprint's been here all along. Should I trade Bateman or Hurts? I don't know what question that's about, but don't trade Hurts, bro. Mike Thomas or Tony week 1? I mean, if Mike Thomas is playing, Mike Thomas, but I don't know. Fabian says, leave a like. I appreciate that. Give me Tony, says Mookie. Bucks or Bengals? Bengals. DJ Moore, Sutton, Amon-Ra, Mooney with 2 to start. Probably Sutton and Amon-Ra, but Mooney's a tough one to sit. Support your homie, says Riddy. Thank you. Akers was a plotter in the playoffs. He did everyone. How did everybody miss this? I don't know, Russell. I've only been screaming it at the top of my lungs. People that drafted Akers just completely ignored me. Yeah, trust Allen Robinson after this. I mean, I never trusted him to the degree of drafting him as a 4th player or something like that. So no, I don't. But I never did. But do I like him as like a 6th round? That's where he's valued for me. Yeah, he can still earn that value. But anybody that paid 4th round value, you took him as absolute ceiling, and now you're experiencing a drop in value. You know, that's what happens when you buy a stock at an all-time high, and then you're freaking out when it drops, 30%. I mean, I don't think it climbs up to what people. It's never going to be 4th round value. Josh Jacobs or Rashad Penny. This week probably Penny, but I don't love either for the long term. I think they both get replaced. Pierce, Pollard, or Hunt. Give me Pierce. He's getting all the work. They're excited about him. DJ Moore, 10 TDs this year possible. Josh Jacobs or Rashad Penny. Again, already answered that one. Dylan or Pierce. Already answered that one. It's Pierce. I like both of them though. LeBron or Jordan. Like anybody that says LeBron doesn't know, they didn't watch both of them. Jacobs over Penny. It could go either way. Who's the number 1 pick in 2023 draft? Devonta Williams will be the number 1 pick in 2023, I think. My opponent had Akers, but I had Stafford. So disappointed. Yeah, Stafford there's warning signs there, with the elbow. So I'm not extremely shocked. Thor or Hulk? Probably Thor. Bucks or Eagles D? Give me. That's a tough one. I don't know. I have to really look that one over. But look at the projections. Now lean toward the projection side. But JJ yards, TD prediction. 100, 6 receptions, 100 yards, 1 TD. Should I look to move Lenny or wait? I already answered this one, Jack. I would move Lenny now before things get worse for him. And we're talking about him like we're talking about Akers. Could he have a good game? Sure. I mean, don't sell him low. If you can't sell him, wait. Hopefully he has one good game. You can sell him. Seahawks starting QB next year. Hopefully it'll be one of the top 2 quarterbacks coming out. Maybe it'll be, I don't know. It depends. I mean, it depends how they both play. But I think they'll definitely have one of the top 2 picks, in my opinion. Best kicker, I don't know, Tucker or McPherson. Those are good options. Past those top guys, the top 2 or 3 guys, I'm not really interested in a kicker. Trade my CMC for St. Brown and Barkley. No, I don't. I like the St. Brown. If it was like St. Brown and Devonta or Swift, yeah, but not I don't like Barkley. Brady or Lance, give me. In week 1, give me Brady, but like I'm hesitant. Like both of them have, some question marks. So like, I almost want to go with the upside of the runner. I almost want to go with Lance, but it's safer to go Brady. Juju or T Higgins by a mile. Assuming he's all good to go. Dodgers, I don't know. I don't like baseball too much, bro. I'm sorry. Adams for Naji. Dead even. Depends on positional need. Are there anything? Is there anything past Mars men? Yeah, I think we will have out of galaxy players at some point, so stay tuned for that. Henderson, a sell high next week. Um, Potentially. Everybody's a sell high coming off a big game if you can get the right deal. Muth or Hawkinson, give me Muth. Um, Thoughts on Kittle? I mean, I'm worried. I'm worried, broski. You got to be worried about Kittle. Olave for Melvin Gordon, or Olave or Melvin Gordon flex. Probably Melvin in week one, I suppose, but that's tough to say. Opinions on Gibson. If you drafted him high, you're disappointed. If you got him really late, you're just hoping for a potential, home run swing. Like he's got a lot of upside if you got him late. If you got him like the 7th or 8th round recently, it's good value. If you drafted him around 4 or 5, you're hard pressed to get that back. Juju or Pierce, give me Pierce all day long. Pierce stat line, I'm going to say 100 yards even and a touchdown and 20 yards receiving. Trade DK for Schultz and Schultz for Justin Jefferson. Probably if I could find a good tight end replacement. And then also pick up Likely as my backup plan that can maybe grow and ferment on the bench. Jacobs for Zeke. I'd rather Zeke over Jacobs, and I don't even like Zeke. Wait. This is big news, says Russell J. Pierce, 80 yards rushing, 1 TD, 4 receptions, 46 yards. About even with what I said, because you can take those 46 yards, turn them into the 20, toss them onto the running, and we're at the same number. So we have about the same right stat line. Rams are cooked. I don't know about that. It's week one. Like Ron Navy said, calm down. But there are reactions that I think are appropriate. Josh Jacobs or Zeke, already answered that. Zeke, classic Brady or Manning. Manning. Eli Mitchell, A.J. Dillon, Breece Hall, Devonta Smith, flex play. Give me A.J. Dillon as a safe play. Eli Mitchell is a little bit higher risk, higher reward, but give me A.J. Dillon, I guess, as a safe play if you're worried at all. Miss Smitty play fantasy football. She sure does. We got her Justin Herbert and a nice little team. St. Brown's on her team. I drafted in our same league, and I had to give a lot of my golden picks away right before, and she'd snipe me. But it's okay. I wanted her to win. My team's still better. My team's still the best team in the league. I got Damian Pierce in the second flex spot. It's absolutely phenomenal. I got Damian Pierce in my second flex spot. It's absolutely phenomenal. Breece or Ramondre? Probably Ramondre in week one. I don't know. I could change my mind. Ask me Saturday because I might like Breece Hall more than Ramondre on Saturday night. Find my last comment, please. Post it again, bro. I can't. I'm going through the fast comments. I appreciate you there, Russell. I'm sorry. For me to do that, I'd slow the show down and then I'd lose all these comments. So just comment again. Valdez Scantling or Michael Carter? Neither, bro. Neither. Michael Carter if I have to choose. Do you have any players? Did you have any players playing? I absolutely did. Always, bro. I play in a lot of leagues, so for sure. Ramondre or Damian, give me Ramondre in week one. Parsons Feast on Tampa. Yes, sir. DK or Mike Williams. Give me Mike Williams in week one, and we'll see what's going on with DK. But I still love DK a lot, given the cost of entry. Evans or Keenan Allen. Probably Evans in week one. Flex play Breece Hall, Lockett, or Pollard. I go back and forth between Pollard and Breece Hall. I'll be honest. Ask me Saturday. For now, I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between the two. Sanders or Dillon. Sanders is not even. I don't even own Sanders. You could cut him, and I probably wouldn't pick him up. Just to give you an idea of how much I doubt Sanders. Swift or Naji, give me Swift in week one, but I love both of them. We plan on giving him the ball. Who is that about, Russell J? Dillon or Pierce week one? Pierce for me. Guys, Pierce has got no competition. The coaching staff loves him. I don't know why it's such a tough call for everybody to believe in Pierce. I saw your one quote, but it wasn't all together, so I don't know what you're talking about. Pierce. Yes. Pickens, Gibby. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Gibby, if you got him in the 6th or 7th round, you might be sitting on a gold mine. But if you picked him in around 5 or 4 or something like that early on, then you could be in some trouble. Just because he's not guaranteed anything. And when Brian Robinson comes back, who knows what's going to happen there? They love Brian Robinson. So I feel like Gibson's good value, but only if you got him late. Devonta or Alan Lazard, I know you're just trolling there, Creek. Nice troll job. Appreciate you, Russell. Hall, Kareem, Hunt, or Olave. Give me Brees Hall. Ayuk or A-Rob rest of season. Probably Ayuk right now, but that could change. Devonta is committee. Why you love him. Dang, Melvin had more yards per carry than him last year, says Ray. Ray, don't get me started. Don't get me started, Ray. It's not even close. You're talking about Pop Warner football versus professional football. Okay? That's what Melvin Gordon means to me. Melvin Gordon's a phantom fear. Melvin Gordon is Nyheim Hines. Nyheim Hines is Melvin Gordon. Okay? Literally, Devonta was the leading tackle breaker in the entire National Football League. The leading tackle breaker. Their yards per carry was like an inch difference between the two. Okay? Let's not act like Melvin Gordon has some huge stat line over Devonta Williams. Devonta was the backup running back, and he led the entire National Football League in yards, in broken tackles. Dude was the most efficient and elusive running back in the entire National Football League on multiple levels and scales that have been looked at and analyzed by some of the biggest minds in the fantasy industry. And by biggest minds, I mean yours truly, the guy you're looking at right now. Let's stop talking about how this is not a match made in heaven. Russell Wilson, last year's offense, no shot at winning. They keep this guy on the bench, keep his mileage low. Do you really think that JT, because that's what he is, the next JT, is being kept on the bench for Melvin Gordon, pedestrian 4.0 to 3.9 yard per carry running back? The only reason the guy's averaging over 4.0 yards per carry is because he got more volume and production in a very good rushing attack in Denver last year. Prior to that, when they both ran well, yes, they both ran well. They were very, very close in yards per carry. So don't even try and play the yards per carry card. Oh, Melvin had better yards per carry. By how much? Look it up. It's like this much, bro. This much. Broken tackles. More broken tackles than any running back in the entire National Football League. The guy played halftime. And you think this is a committee? It's not a committee. Melvin Gordon himself said they want Devonta to be the guy. Okay, you think Melvin Gordon would say that if he really truly thought that he had a shot at retaining even 50% of the workload? Could it be a share in week one? Sure. Could it be 55 Devonta, 45 Melvin? Sure. Could it be 51-49? Sure. Week one? Who cares? It's a long season, bro. It's a marathon. Devonta didn't get fully unleashed until, a good amount of games into last season. Ayuk or A-Rob rest of the season. Already answered that one, Ayuk. Ravens secondary looking scary, and Flacco is risky. Okay. Rate my starters. Herbert, Devonta, Pierce, Chase, Mike Williams. This is almost too long, Taylor, because you're a YouTube exclusive member. I'm reading this sucker. Devonta, Pierce, Chase, Mike Williams. Love it. Great team. But you probably need to be on that waiver wire and get that one single player, bro, that nobody else can get, and then you're the difference maker. You separate yourself, and you take it to the bank, baby. Take it to the bank. Let's see, what did Jacob respond? Ken Walker or Algier? Should I trade Chase for Devonta then? I would try and get more because Javonte's value is lower. It's all about value. You know what I mean? Like Devonta's a second rounder, mistakenly. I disagree with it. Feratovic, I disagree with Devonta's value, but his value is his value. Think of it like stocks. If Walmart stock is $25, do you buy it for $30 because you like it more than $25? You say that's actually worth like a lot more than $25. Can I buy it for $30? No. So Devonta is a second round pick right now. Before the season starts, none of that resets. So you gotta definitely take advantage of that. And Jamar Chase is a top 7 pick. Devonta's a 14 to 20 overall pick. So you got to get more. How high are you on James Conner? not very high, and I'm from Arizona, bro. I just, he gets hurt a lot. Denver coach splits carries. Okay. Was Akers injured? No, Akers is Akers. This is what you have now. This is who Akers will be for the next year or two as he tries to recover from an injury that you can't recover from in 1 year. He's 13 months recovered from a torn Achilles tendon. No running back in the history of the NFL has ever come back or returned to top 10 or even 15 running back form ever in the history of the NFL. Cam Akers had zero shot coming out and looking good tonight, but no one wanted to believe it. That was a Cam Akers supporter or believer. But the writing was clearly on the wall. History told you he would not do anything. His explosion will never be the same, and it'll take him 2 to 3 years, not one, to get even closely, remotely back to form. Picked up White over Hines. You agree with that? Rashad White? Yeah, I like that. Thank you for the super chat, Blake. Appreciate you. Did you see Moss and 6 targets is a plus? I like Zach Moss a little bit, but he fumble. This guy's got to hold on to the football, man. DK or Pierce? I've answered this one like 10 times, I think. Pierce for me. He's getting the volume, man. I like DK a lot. I love both of them. I want both of them in your lineup somehow. I'm not telling you to bench DK, but you're giving me an ultimatum. I'm going to tell you, give me the guy, Pierce. I panicked on Akers in the 6th round, spent the entire week trying to trade him, finally flipped him in the morning for Josh Jacobs. I don't like either one of those. I think Jacobs is out of a job by Zamir White very, very soon. So I would look to flip, not to get you back into the trade room, but I probably would flip Josh Jacobs before it's too late. Maybe he has a good week 1, though. Why you hate Fournette? Brady loves him, and he's a beast. I don't hate Fournette, bro. I'm just being real. Look, Ray, I answer these same questions about Akers all offseason. Why you hate Akers? He's going to do well. He's going to prove you wrong. What are you going to say if Akers comes out and is a machine? Are you going to admit you're wrong? I heard that all, bro. Now we're on. Fournette's a 2nd-round pick in fantasy. It's a disaster waiting to happen. The guy doesn't ever run the right route. He's always in the wrong place. Tom Brady loves him and doesn't love him. I don't know why people say that, like as if they know. They're just repeating what they hear from people that believe in him and that have him in Dynasty and want to write good articles about him or whatever. The bottom line is Brady's at the front of trying to get Rashad White in there and to solve the PPR problem that Fournette can't convert on. Fournette's constantly in the wrong place, and Brady's tired of it. And so Brady wanted to bring in another pass-catching back. So they brought in Giovanni Bernard, which didn't work out. So now their next step was to get Rashad White. Now Rashad White is the best pass-catching back in the entire draft class, and probably him and Etienne are the 2 best receiving backs in the entire draft classes from the last 5 years. So I think it's scary if you're a Fournette owner to be staring the best receiving running back in the face, who's going to be catching passes from Tom Brady at some point. Dude's a beast. He's Alvin Kamara. Fournette's not a beast. Fournette's an injury-prone player that has gotten to a point where he's about at the age where drop-off happens. He comes in overweight every offseason, which is so hard and taxing on the body. And as you get older, you're more susceptible to injury every time you try and drop weight that quick and you start getting hit and putting your body in vulnerable positions. He's going to be so susceptible to injury. He's always hurt. And this year is going to be his most likely to get hurt season because he's older and did that again. Came in way overweight and had to drop all of his weight. He's a disaster 2nd-round pick. Absolute disaster 2nd-round pick. If you took him in round 4, I'm okay with it. Would I have taken him in round 4? No. I wouldn't take Fournette if he was staring me in the face in round 5. And that's not necessarily disrespect to Fournette. It's that there are so many better players in round 5 than Fournette. It's more about the other players than it's about Fournette. It's never really about the player. It's about what are the surrounding players better value? And the answer is yes. Straight down the board, like one after the other. This better player. Give me Josh Allen in the 3rd to 4th round. And everybody's going to say that now too. They're going to be like, yeah, of course. Josh. No, everybody was saying no, Josh Allen. Don't go early quarterback. Your boy Smitty's the only one that is here, the avid defender of the early quarterback approach. Everybody likes to say you should wait on a quarterback because quarterbacks. I appreciate you, Ray. Thank you. You should wait on a quarterback because quarterbacks are so rich. There's so many good quarterbacks. They're also very close. People regurgitate the same old story over and over and over. I've heard it all. I'm not a moron. I've heard it all. I've heard all. I understand all that. I've been doing this 20 years professionally. This isn't my hobby. This is my full-time job. I've been doing it 20 years professionally. Been playing fantasy football so much longer than that. And I'll tell you right now, I get so tired of this. You don't draft a quarterback early. Blanket statement by an analyst. Analyst doesn't know what they're talking about. Any analyst that tells you not to take a quarterback early in a blanket fashion without knowing the context or where you're drafting or what team you have or what the flow of draft is should be unfollowed immediately because they're giving you blanket advice without any context whatsoever. If you're drafting early quarterback, it comes down to what are the surrounding options. Are the options worth passing on the potential Josh Allen? Or should I wait and draft a Gabe Davis in round 6 instead of a wide receiver here at round 3? So you're staring Higgins or Josh Allen in the face, and you take Josh Allen, and then you go take Gabe Davis in round 6 versus taking Higgins and let's say Dak Prescott or Russell Wilson in round 6 or 7. You know what I'm saying? It's apples to apples. You can't sit there and try and compare apples to oranges and blanket statements say that the quarterback position is deep. That's why you should wait on a quarterback. It has absolutely no context or validity or any kind of relevance to the conversation. It absolutely is not. How do I buy this man a beer? You drop a super chat. That's how you buy me a beer, ski broski. Can't wait till Sunday. Either can I. I took Higgins and Burrow. Absolutely amazing. And then on the flip side of the coin, okay, for Ray or anybody else out here that wants to know my stance on early quarterback drafting, did I draft Herbert a lot this year? No. Even though I love him. Josh Allen or Herbert, I could go either way as to who's going to be the number 1 quarterback at the end of the year. Herbert was number 2 last year. So Herbert and Josh Allen both need to be fully respected as the potential 1 overall quarterback in fantasy football. And they're kind of a little bit away from Mahomes and Burrow, a little bit. They're like in their own tier together. They're the 1 and 2 or the 2 and 1 or the 1A and 1A, like Dylan and Aaron Jones. Okay? It's all about value. Some years I love Josh Allen in late 3rd round quarterback drafting, and I defend it with craziness, amount of passion. But this year, because my Burrow, my buddy, my pal Joseph Cigar Smoking Burrow is literally dropping into the 6th and 7th round because he's close enough to Josh Allen, not above him, not above Herbert, but close enough and capable of outscoring them if all goes well. In the 6th round, the value's intensely insane to pass up. Therefore, Joseph Burrow was the best pick in fantasy football 2022, period. Unless you're talking about Devonta at like 15, or 2nd round. Burrow and Devonta, the 2 best values in fantasy football 2022. Alton, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. And look at Dwayne Creek dropping the $20 holler. Dwayne Creek says, was a joke. I appreciate the level of depth analysis better than what I hear from the mainstream changing the game. Hey, Dwayne, I don't even know what you asked. If I read something, I didn't even know that was you or what. You might want to remind me what was a joke, because I don't remember what you said. So I totally appreciate you, but I am curious, and I appreciate your super chat, man. Dropping a $20 holler. Mashed potatoes. There you go. Mashed potatoes, baby. And there are people around here. There's like a restaurant and bar right there. So there are people that can hear me. This isn't like exclusion mashed potatoes. This is just like low-key mashed potatoes. Appreciate you dropping that $20 holler. But I'm curious what you said. It sparked me to say something. You got to yell mashed potatoes. I did, TM. Thank you. The reason Lance hype is so big because he can't finish top 1 to 3 with rushing upside, because he can finish top 1 to 3. I would say let's not put him 1 to 3. Let's put Lance in the 5 to 7. That's safe. I don't think I'm going to put him above Burrow or Mahomes or Josh Allen or Herbert. That's just not realistic. You know what I'm saying, broski? But 5 to 7, possible. This guy really should have a bigger audience. Thank you, Jose Calderon. However, he's super humble and just a great host. I don't know if I feel like I'm humble and I'm not. I'm not humble in some ways because I don't know. It's not that I think I'm right all the time. I'm passionate, and I think sometimes that comes off arrogant, and I don't mean it as arrogance. It's just confidence in like, hey, I've been doing this 20 years. If I didn't feel like I had something to offer, or I'm going to be right more than I'm going to be wrong, then I shouldn't be doing it. I shouldn't be out here leading people to to fantasy drafts. Like you want your field general to be confident and in command, and I feel like that's kind of how I feel. Like that's what I feel like. I'm your field general in some ways, and so I got to be confident for you and go to war for you. You don't want me being timid and shy and unwilling to put my money where my mouth is and preach the and walk the walk and talk the talk. I'm looking for your super chat, Alton, because you dropped one, but I didn't see an actual question, so I am looking for it just to make sure I can help you out. Russell J with a hauler, beer or bourbon? Very important question. Um, okay, you don't get mad at me, Russell J, but I don't drink a lot. I don't, believe it or not. People think I'm always drinking or whatever. I don't drink a lot, but if I am going to drink, it's hard alcohol. I'm not a big beer guy, to be honest with you. Never have been. If I drink beer, don't make fun of me. It's a Corona with a lime, to drown out the taste a little bit. I don't love beer. Not a big beer guy, but I do. What I do love are mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes. So appreciate you dropping that $20 holler. Donald with a $20 holler. Get that beer, bro. We'll get the shots or something going. Or better yet, a Lou Malnati's pizza. Do you mind if I use your $25 on a pizza pie? I don't mean to be weak and not get the beer broski, but that's what I'm gonna do. Mashed potato for the 20 pizzeria. Just it's justification, not bragging. Thank you, Jacob. Appreciate you. I'd love to know. I'm trying to find that one where somebody said that I said something, or he said something joking. Alton, should I pick up Rashad White or keep him just in case? I would keep him, but depends on what you're gonna do with it. Thank you, Donald. Appreciate you, Donald. Don't tell Donald, but I'm buying a Lou Malnati's pizza pie instead of beer, or some kind of like wine or beer soaked steak. There, that way I'm doing the best of both worlds. Thank you, Russell J. I think Russell J. and Donald need to get together and have a drink while I entertain them on a live stream eating pizza. We can have a hey guys, I got a thing that I'm doing. Russell J. Bourbon for the dub. Thank you, appreciate you, Russell J. Yeah, I can shoot a little bit, but drinking beer all night long is not my thing. Makes me feel like sick and horrible headache at the end of the day or end of the night. Get pickle back. You never taste. Get the pickle back. Okay. Thank you, Dwayne. Appreciate the advice. So what I'm going to be doing here is running. I don't know when I'm going to do it. If I'm going to do it Friday, but we're going to do a lunch with Smitty. Okay. I've talked about this for a long time. I haven't done it yet. Lunch with Smitty. We're going to do a Patreon. Okay. We're going to get Patreon going. We're going to do Patreon. If you're a member of the Patreon, for as long as you're a member. So if it's like $15 a month or whatever, or 15 a week or $10 a week or whatever, we literally meet for lunch once a week or something. Maybe I'll make it like $15 for the month or something like that. And we meet up on one day a week for lunch on a Zoom call. And we'll just, whether you're eating or not, whatever, but probably noon my time, 11 my time, which will make it like 2. So maybe we'll do 11 o'clock my time would be east. It's in the middle. Eastern will be about 2 o'clock for some people. But lunch with Smitty, and it'll be Fridays. It'll be a Patreon. I'll let you all know about it. You'll see a promotion on it. But we're gonna just talk shop. It's kind of similar to just jumping into like a private Zoom call, and it'll be a lunchtime thing. Okay, so if anybody can make that, that'll be great. I'll promote it so you know how to get into it. I will make it cheap too. It'll be like I don't know, maybe $10-15 for the month on Patreon, and you just keep renewing it if you want to show up and talk shop or not. It's kind of totally up to you. Appreciate those $20 haulers. Did I get another one? This one was from Dwayne, the $2 hauler. Appreciate that one. The last Russell said bourbon for the dub, and I think I got the last one was Donald. Yeah, Donald. Thank you, Donald, for that super chat. You guys rock. 284 of you in here. Only 200, or I don't want to say only 222 thumbs up is pretty darn good. I like that. Hey, Smitty, what are your thoughts on Knox after tonight's game? 2 targets, brutal. I think he picks up some slack next week. I think defenses go forward, start saying, how do we shut down these 2 wide receivers? And Knox has a touchdown or 2 next week. So I'm buying on Knox. I'm buying on Knox. In any league where I screwed up on the tight end drafting, I'm going after Knox. So if that helps, you understand where I stand on that. Pick up Likely or Everett. I get Likely unless you're starting this player. I'd probably go Everett this week. But if it's a stash player, I go Likely. Ben with the super chat. Long message below. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate you, Ben. I called Dan Ben once, so I just call him Ben. Adolfo, I have Michael Carter and Ramondre Stevenson, Mooney, and Henderson. I rank those just in case you need help with that. I would say I rank them Mooney, Ramondre, Thielen, or Mooney, Thielen, Ramondre. Start 2 Evans or Godwin or Lamb. I mean, you start Lamb. Come on. Start. Your question's who do I start? No, your question is not who do I start. You start Evans and Lamb every time. What is this, Fabian? Come on. There's no Fabian. I can already tell this is like the second time I've seen it. Fabian, this is tough love. It's not. I'm not mad at you. Start your studs. I don't care what matchup you have. Your studs go out onto the field. I want you to say it with me, Fabian, out loud. I will start my studs every week. You don't contemplate Evans or Lamb or anything like that. Please don't ever ask, should you bench Lamb for Godwin ever again? Godwin's coming back from a torn ACL and not ready, broski. Lamb is your guy. You made an amazing move drafting those 2 wide receivers, Evans and Lamb. Don't put Godwin out there. I took Brady over Joe Burrow. Mistake. I think so, but I mean, Ray, look, Brady could easily, outperform my expectation. I'm not low on him. I just feel like something's going on with him. I don't know if he's going to drop off this year. I feel like he could, and I don't want to be left holding the bag. He's 45 years old. He took off part of August. His wide receiver room is in shambles, or his offensive line's in shambles. His wide receiver room is being repaired, I should say. I used to watch another fantasy show with these 2 guys before switching to Smitty 1 year ago. They have lots of followers, but their stand on some players was complete opposite. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate you and Ben both coming over to the channel. One of them didn't even play fantasy. Smitty helped me save one of my teams and win it all last year. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate you both. Yeah, look, sometimes a fan like what I don't like I don't mind that the industry is growing. I think it's great that everybody can come out here and create a channel and create a brand, but everybody's self-proclaiming them an expert now. And it's like to be an expert, I feel like you got to have some sort of. I'm not like saying, hey, I'm an expert, you're not, blah 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 to people, but like I have put in the time and the dues and the years. So like if I don't like to call myself that term, an expert, whatever. But like when other people start calling themselves, I'm the number 1 expert on Instagram, and you look at they just started their Instagram account, and they just come out, and a lot of people do fantasy and they don't watch it. It's like, how are you going to play fantasy? How are you going to give fantasy football advice when you don't watch fantasy football? Like, I don't understand that. Or when people don't go off gut instinct at all. Like, you got to have a good mix of gut instinct and statistical like awareness and stats and algorithm skills. Like, you got to be good at all of that. You can't just be like, okay, I'm going to go off the matrix. He's 23 years old. His breakout age is 22. He's going to be better than him. He was an unrestricted free agent. Unrestricted free agents never do this, never do that. Look, things happen all the time. Injuries happen. Players rise up. Arian Foster's rise up. Yes, they're rare, but Arian Foster was a unrestricted free agent. Arian Foster came in and was an absolute monster in the NFL. So don't tell me that these guys can't come in and do that. So fantasy football forecasting, Pierce, and it's not even close. Attaboy. Definitely experience and feel. Thank you, Jose. Tran, that's way too long, bro. Who to start 0.5? Ask me like one at a time, bro. That's pretty good bench. Thank you for helping each other out in here too. Ben is my alter ego. Yep, that's why I thank you both. Who has the best season overall? Ramondre, Rashad White, or Damian Pierce? Pierce, baby. Pierce top 12. Waddle or Bateman? Waddle, as long as he's playing. What's Jalen Hurts' QB range? 5 to 10, but he could be 5. He could be number 5. 4 to 10. He could be 4. He could. I mean, could he in a crazy world beat out Mahomes? Sure. Who do you respect most in the industry, Smitty? I like Matthew Berry. Matthew Berry's always been good to me, so I respect him the most. I just think there are a lot of these channels that have popped up, and it's like good for them. They're good marketing, good marketers, and all that. But I don't know. There's a lot of bad advice out there. There's a lot of bad advice out there, and I just am so skeptical when I see some of these people out here that say things like "Don't draft a quarterback early," and they don't even know the context of your league. They don't know the context of your league. They don't know anything about your league, and they're telling you don't draft a quarterback early, as if it's that simple, or go running back, as if it's that simple. That's crazy. Smitty, you ever watched the league? I do, and if you go to my YouTube channel, if any of you haven't seen my sitcom, I have a fantasy football sitcom, and the disappointing part is not a lot of people in general from the show are watching it, and it makes it hard to produce more episodes because everything I do is kind of based on the flow of. I shouldn't say everything because I like to do what makes me happy, and that's why I continue to do it. But I have a sitcom, and it's on the YouTube channel. If you go to my YouTube homepage and you scroll down, you'll see the Fantasy Football Intern Show. And some of you have seen it, and it's a mix of The League meets The Office meets some kind of show that got canceled. So it's a sitcom, and episode 5 should be coming out in the next month or two. It's been delayed. But I really do need you guys to get the views up on that, like and comment, and start getting the YouTube algorithm used to that type of content on my channel being pushed, because when I produce an episode, YouTube suppresses it right away because it's not fantasy content, and it doesn't recognize that it's going to hit, and so it doesn't even push it out. A lot of people don't understand that I even have a sitcom, and they don't know this. But if you go to my main YouTube homepage and you click on, or you scroll down and you see the Fantasy Football Intern, it's a sitcom, like a TV show thing that I filmed, and I have a blast with it. I love it. Grant's in it. Grant, if you guys know Grant, he's just, he's the co-star of it, and I think it's a great little sitcom, and episode 5 is going to be fire. Just wait. So go watch it, please, and leave a comment and say, "Oh my God, Smitty, I didn't know this was here." Let me know that you watched it. I got Jalen Waddle. Should I start Mike Davis if JK is out, or start Patterson? I start Patterson, but I don't love those options. Didn't know there was a sitcom. Yeah, definitely Mookie. Leave a comment after you watch it. Waddle or Bateman? Yeah, ESPN. ESPN used to be amazing. I still respect it. I still like ESPN, but like I do plan. My goal is to replace ESPN, and the sitcom is kind of about that. It's obviously a comedy, and some of the parts of the sitcom are real, some of them aren't. Some of it's based on reality, some of it's completely just fun. But I do plan to replace ESPN in many of your hearts and minds, in terms of being the news source that you go to, not just fantasy football, but NFL news show. And that's why I take my Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern show so seriously on the news front. And when people say, "Hey, can we mock draft?" and you guys want to turn it into that or this, I really take it so seriously. I want it to be a news show. I want the first 10, 15 minutes to be all about hitting the news. I even, hold the super chats in order on the side to try and get through that, to make sure that we keep the format of that show. And that's such a vital part of the growth of the channel, is to just really be your one-stop shop news source. When news breaks, I go live. When news breaks, Smitty goes live. If Lamar Jackson signs his contract extension tomorrow, I go live. If someone gets traded, I go live. If whatever, anybody gets hurt now for the year and it's a significant player, like, I'm not going to go live if, like, I don't know, uh, Robbie Anderson, sorry, Robbie. I feel really mean saying that, but if Robbie Anderson was out for the year tomorrow, I wouldn't go live. I'm sorry, Robbie. I hope Robbie's not. Robbie, you're not watching. You're studying film, right? Trying to get a starting job. But anybody else goes down, I go live. So I really, really focus on that. I got to go for now. Appreciate you all. 20K. We're almost at 14. We just went over 13K last week, but we're already about halfway to 14K. So keep telling your friends, tell your grandma, spread the word. Waddle or McLaurin. Give me McLaurin. Face Diggs, Allen Stack. Also had Akers. So sorry, bro. Smitty, you told me to shorten my request. Need your help. I love how you wasted half of the question telling me that. Need your help, but I guess I saw it, Tran. Pick 3 for flex. Amon Ross, St. Brown, Pollard, Stevenson, Godwin, Lazard. Lazard and Godwin are out, okay, or they're out of the picture because they're probably sitting out, or Godwin's very questionable. So pick 3. There you go. Amon Ross, St. Brown, Pollard, and Stevenson. I'm not going near Godwin. Even if he plays, he's probably not playing a lot. Lazard is probably not playing. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the super chats. Rock out, my man. Rock out. Dak or Trey Lance? Give me Dak for now, but I'm very hopeful on Trey Lance to beat him out and be the better fantasy option. But we'll see. Malik Willis advice, yeah, Jose. Malik Willis in Superflex redraft, even especially Dynasty, but he's probably picked up in Dynasty. But in redraft Superflex, mark my words, we'll be back here week 4, week 5, when Malik Willis takes over the job in Tennessee. Tannehill's not holding him off. They're excited about Malik. They drafted him for a reason. Tannehill's as good as done. It's not a matter of if it's when. When Malik Willis gets into that lineup and you're grabbing him now preemptively in your super flex redrafts, you're going to win your league. If you focused on other positions and you have a stacked lineup and now Malik gets inserted into your QB2, you're going to win leagues. Go get Malik in any super flex draft you have. Go look now. Like, literally go look right now when we get off. Do not wait. Stevenson week 1 over Penny Stevenson. I could probably go either way. I kind of feel like I'm wavering. Let's talk about it Saturday night. Mitchell or Hall week 1. If Mitchell's a go Mitchell. Left a comment on all sitcoms. Thank you, Mookie. But watch them too. I want you to watch them. The sitcom is on the main. If you go to my main homepage of my YouTube channel, scroll down about halfway or so, you'll see the fantasy football intern, and you'll see like they're different graphics. You can totally tell it's a sitcom. It's got my mom stars in it. Grant's in it. Tom is in it. Tom has narcolepsy. Tom falls asleep all the time. Tom has narcolepsy. We hired him on as an intern. Grant is an intern. You'll absolutely love it. I think I got a super chatter too that I missed. I'm so sorry. Donald, Jose Calderon became a YouTube exclusive member. Jose Calderon became a YouTube exclusive member if anybody's interested. And Donald dropped a $10 holler. Mashed potatoes. Sorry I didn't acknowledge that earlier. Donald, are you still here? Jose, are you still here? I apologize. I'll watch them all after the live. Thank you, Mookie. Let me know how you really like them. It should be pretty funny. Adolfo, Smitty, you are legit. I've been seeing other channels that I couldn't believe the way they're advocating for Cam Akers. Yeah, bro. It's not that I hate Cam Akers, or I'm against Cam Akers, or I'm a hater or anything like that. It's all about science, baby. As Jesse Pinkman said, it's science or anatomy and science, bro. Like I've seen it. I've seen injuries. It's not that I'm going to be 100% on that stuff, but 9 times out of 10, you kind of know what's going to happen with an ACL tear coming back. 10 times out of 10 so far, until it's proven wrong, you know what an Achilles tear is going to do. Absolutely destroy you as a running back. If you're a running back, you have a torn Achilles. Never has a player returned. So Akers would have to be the first guy ever, and he rushed back after 6 months. It makes no sense at all. Donald, I feel the same way about J-Rob. Yeah. I mean, J-Rob looks like they're going to rely on him more than the Rams are relying on Cam, and he could be efficient, but not as efficient as he was. He can't be. And will he take away from Etienne? No, because Etienne is going to play. I don't know if anybody remembers, because Eckler's converted to like a running back and wide receiver versus being a wide receiver running back. Back when Eckler was, elite before he became a running back, and it's Gordon and Eckler, the 1-2 punch in LA, then San Diego. you had Eckler running for like 500 yards. Eckler ran for like 550, somewhere around that territory of yardage, and then he pulled in like 1,000 yards. ETN is that kind of player. So if you imagine ETN running for 650, 700 yards, who else is going to run the ball? We want J Rob healthy. And if he's not, they need to remove him and put Snoop Connor in so Snoop Connor can run for 800 yards. Like, we need a running back to run for 650, 700 yards in that offense so that ETN can do the things that he does best, which is play all over the field. So like, my pessimistic view on J Rob has nothing to do with ETN. Absolutely nothing. ETN is his own weapon. He has his own role. They're not even the same jobs. Not the same job description whatsoever. ETN and J Rob have nothing to do with each other. Snoop Connor will do what J Rob should be doing if J Rob can't do it. But what I'll tell you is, with almost the most confidence I can, is that become a member with a computer, says Mookie. I think you can do it on mobile, but you have to go to thefantasyfootballshow.com and click on the YouTube exclusive member badge that I have at the very top header of my site, and that should let you do it on mobile. Mookie, thank you. Appreciate you joining, bro. I dropped Akers and picked up Cordero Patterson off waivers. I don't know if I would have dropped Akers, bro, just because you might be able to still trade him. I mean, people just took him in the third round, but I mean, I don't blame you for being that angry at him, but like, I don't know that I would have dropped him yet because I feel like he could still like regain some value. But what I'll tell you this, and then I'll leave you for this. I wouldn't drop him, bro, because Cordero's not like anything, amazing either. He's probably better than Akers right now, but I don't know that I would have dropped Akers. But here's what I'll say about James Robinson, and then I'll go. James Robinson and Akers both have a very, very high likelihood of a lower body injury that's going to happen in the next, 4, 5, 6 weeks. It's just the way it is. You come off this Achilles tendon tear, and you have no explosion, and you're asked to go out and do things that your body isn't ready to do, and so you're going to hurt other things. You're going to tear a hamstring. You're going to tear an ACL. You're going to injure the other Achilles tendon. You're going to re-rupture the Achilles tendon. You're going to tear your calf. Calf injury would be very, very common for J. Rob. A hamstring, something like that. Chase Edmonds a decent running back too. I'd trade him high. Judy or DK, give me DK. Hooper, Everett, or Mo Ali Cox. I'd probably say Everett for right now because I think Parham is not going to play, is what we're reading. Rashad White, I like Rashad White. Smitty say pick up immediate. Who was Smitty saying pick up immediately? Alton, Malik Willis if you're in a super flex league. He's going to be the starting quarterback for the Titans very soon. Damian Pierce over Elijah Moore for me. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Appreciate all of you. Thank you all for the super chats. You guys are absolute monsters, and I can't thank you enough for supporting the channel. You guys, we're almost at 14K. We're halfway to 14K already. We just crossed 13K. We're going to be steamrolling as we grow. Please spread the word the best way you can. I know you don't want to tell direct people in your league, but like you could tell people at work in a little work league where you don't care, or just tell people at work that you don't play in a league with that might watch football, or even NFL fans, or you're in an elevator and someone's wearing a jersey, or you're at a stoplight walking to lunch and you're never going to see this person ever again. Just tell them, hey, you should watch the Fantasy Football Show on YouTube. Amazing content that's going to tell you who to pick up for your league, or just good news. Spread the word. I promise you, as we grow. Have you not felt like the show's gotten better for you as we've grown? The answer is yes, right? Better studio, better audio, more frequent live streams, better content, more series of content, different shows, different segments. Monday through Friday show came because you guys all kept supporting and spreading the word. I promise you, as we get bigger, it only gets better for you. So you're doing yourself a service by spreading the word and helping. I promise you. I'll see you all later. I'm going to go run, and I'll be live tomorrow if news breaks. I imagine we may 50-50 chance have some kind of Lamar Jackson news, and I will go live if that happens. Please punch the thumb up button on the way out. Adolfo says, don't forget about us when you make it big, Smitty. take over ESPN rooting for you. Keep it real and include science. And I'm doing it for science. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate you. Alton, thank you. Yeah, no, I feel like as big as we are, we're not huge yet, in the grand scheme of things. I think once we get 100K, once I get that YouTube plaque, it's 100K. I think that's when I'm going to stop for a minute and be like, we have accomplished something amazing here. Right now, I don't even have time to stop and think about that, nor do I want to until we hit a goal like that. I just kind of keep moving forward and don't really, like Bill Belichick. I feel like I'm Bill Belichick. You asked me about the win we just had. You just went to 13K. Hey, you just made it to 13K. How do you feel? Looking toward tomorrow, we need to get to 14K. 14K is not going to just create itself. So we got to get out there. We got to play hard. I'm not really celebrating. All the boys are back there celebrating. I'm getting right out there onto the field. I'm gonna do a live stream tomorrow. I don't think I'll even sleep tonight. Probably won't even eat. We got to just do a live stream. 15K is the answer. That's the ticket. And when you get to 15K, what are you gonna do? Get to 16K. That's what it's like for me. I'm Bill Belichick, and once I get to 100K, I'm gonna celebrate like Jameis Winston. Okay, but until we get there, I'm not celebrating. But I will say, as big as we are in a smaller scale, I still keep it real. Like most shows, they don't talk to their people. I try and talk to every one of you. I can't talk to every one of you. There's too much going on, but I do my best to speak to you. You are my co-hosts in a way. All of you. There's 230 of you in here. You're my co-host. I'm talking to every single one of you. I don't want to have a conversation where me and Bob are talking back and forth. I want to talk to you. There are shows out there that do that, and they're great shows. There's no knock on them. But what we do here is we're personal. We're personable and personal, and it's you and me, and that's I think what makes this channel work. So in that, what I'm trying to tell you is I can't forget about you because I need you to come with me. I can't do it without you, to be honest, because I got here because of you. If I don't have you, what am I going to do? So don't worry, you're coming with me. I just might sometimes talk to a few less of you as we get bigger and bigger, but we'll figure out ways to do it, especially if we lock down the exclusive chat at times so that people's chats can get through, like we'll do on Sunday morning for the YouTube exclusive members, which you can join by clicking the link in the description when you're done with the show or right now, or go to thefantasyfootballshow.com and click on the YouTube exclusive membership badge at the top of my site. And on Sunday mornings for the last half hour into kickoff, I'll be doing a Q&A with just those people. But you can watch if you don't have that access, but it's only $1.99 a month. So I think it's worth it if you can get exclusive access. Are you going to leave me to go get milk? No. No, I won't. Or ice. Or both. I'll be here when you get back, Sonny. Thank you, Adolfo. Appreciate you. All right, I'm out of here. Peace out. Thank you guys for the super chats. You guys rock.